Hey guys, this is opening 016. So this is the 16th opening. It's Stephenson opening. So I think it used to be the case whereby Tiger opening is actually the more common opening, but I think nowadays people have started to realize that Stephenson actually offers quite a few options and quite a few tricky lines. I think it's also because the Japanese uh, tend to use this opening as well, and of course, most of the world champions being Japanese have also demonstrated the effectiveness of this opening, and I believe that's the case. Why many players around the world are also following suit and trying to understand this opening. So let's go into the sequence. We start off with f5, d6, c3, d3, c4, f4, and instead of the usual recommended c5, we actually go to f6. So even though for W zebra or reversatile indicates that it is a -1, but in actual fact, it's actually a perfect play of +0. So the reason why it's indicating as -1 is because the program doesn't read that far ahead. There is a limit to the number of moves that the program can actually read, so that's only an approximated rating. So the benefits of this opening, finishing off with f6, this is the Stephenson opening. So the benefits is that it's a perfect play, and it's definitely a high probability line. There are so many variations that you can play for black here, and of course, the disadvantage is that there are a lot of sequences to actually learn within this opening. So that is also why the Japanese or the top players actually like to use this opening because it's almost like a battle of understanding of the opening and also how extensive they've prepared in that line. So at the same time, I would say that this is also a high risk opening. So over here, White's response are typically among the top three choices. So the first one being f3, that is a calm off, even though it's indicating +1, it's actually +0, and it's perfect play opening. And I think g5 that goes to the no kong is also a perfect play. We will address that in the future opening videos. And b4 is kong. I think the perfect play is probably -2 for this instead of a -3. So the only disadvantage of going to this line is that there is a potential that white could actually make a selection. Potential funneling by white indicated over here means that if white can actually make a selection between these three openings, and Kung is a very specialized opening, while F3 being Komoth is actually a very high risk and high variance in general. And of course, no Kong over here, which is G5, is actually quite a fairly balanced opening for white to actually go to so that the game doesn't get too high variance endgames in general, as long as there are not any major mistakes by opponents. So when I say high variance, it means that most of your choices, if not for the best move of being +0, would actually mean that it could probably be -20 or -28 or 30. But if you go to no kong, if you make a mistake, maybe it's -6, -8 instead of losing that badly. So it depends on how confident you are with this opening and countering it. So I would definitely recommend this opening to advanced players and above, playing black for this. So I'll leave you to explore the various options, and of course the other opening videos would also cover the consequent variations of this Stephenson opening. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.